If a new Matrix movie is out, there's really only one thing to say. Whoa, this could be the one. Guys, welcome back to my channel where I love discussing all brand new things cinema and entertainment. I'm so appreciative that you guys decided to check out this video today. I really hope you enjoy your stay, because judging from the thumbnail, we're looking at The Matrix Resurrections. 18 years after the release of Revolutions, we're finally getting another film in this really strange universe directed by Lana Wachowski. Yeah, she took on the role of director on her own this time, and it once again stars the living legend Keanu Reeves as Neo, who in the real world in this universe has become a video game designer. And he got his millions from designing a video game based on... what else? The Matrix itself. That's really clever, actually. To find out if his reality is a physical or mental construct, Mr. Anderson, aka Neo, will have to choose to follow the White Rabbit once more. If he's learned anything, it's that choice while an illusion is still the only way out of or into the Matrix itself. Neo already knows what he has to do, but what he doesn't yet know is that the Matrix is stronger, more secure, and far more dangerous than ever before. So I'll be completely honest, guys, and this may be a hot take, I realize that, but the Matrix movies were never really my favorite growing up. But I certainly understand why people love them as much as they do. Brilliant action sequences, great direction, it's a really cool idea in its own right. And yes, the 1999 original film is the best of the original trilogy, bar none. I mean, there's no denying it. It's a game changer, my friends. Reloaded and Revolutions, on the other hand, they start off with good ideas, but I'll be honest, I'm kind of bored by those two movies, honestly. I tried watching them, rewatching them actually, going into Resurrections, and I couldn't get into them. You know, it kind of felt like they were trying too hard to have lightning strike twice with those sequels, but they didn't feel as inventive as that original film did. Now, I was hopeful that this movie would at least be better than its previous two, and honestly, it really was. This movie honestly kind of surprised me, mainly because of its concept. And that's all coupled with an extremely clever first act, which I honestly found one of the stronger first acts by itself of the entire year. Now, obviously, this is a spoiler-free review, so I'm not gonna detail what this actually means, but it kind of feels like the first three films in the context of Resurrections, it almost feels like the past three films just didn't happen. Like maybe it was all in Keanu Reeves' head. And you know what? It's really fascinating. Those scenes that he shares with Neil Patrick Harris, who plays his psychiatrist, it's honestly something I never expected a Matrix movie to be talking about. You know what I mean? It feels like they're making a lot of very clever, self-aware choices. And Resurrections doesn't necessarily feel as much like a traditional Matrix movie. It's strange saying that because this sounds like the exact opposite of my feelings about The Kingsman. Whereas that does not feel like a Kingsman movie and it's pretty boring. This, on the other hand, I was super invested in that first act especially. One of the more ambitious ones of the year. And the performances really shine in this. Keanu Reeves himself is so freaking awesome in here. He may just have the most fleshed out performance he's ever given in a Matrix movie, and it's not even close. Now, what I mean by that is if you watch him in the first three Matrix films, he's really not given a whole lot of character depth aside from being the stoic, awestruck character, whoa, I am the one, you know, that kind of thing. But here, he's having conversations with Carrie-Anne, who is phenomenal in the film as well. But he's just sitting there talking to her, and it doesn't involve a mission or a conspiracy or anything like that. No, they're actually fleshed out as characters here, oddly enough. And it was really great to see. This might actually be my favorite Keanu performance since John Wick. Believe it or not, the original John Wick. I can't believe I'm saying this. He was great. Lana Wachowski, I also thought had a sure hand behind the camera. Fairly solid direction. These action sequences are pretty darn neat, guys. The special effects look like they've advanced so much that it only helps this movie feel way more authentic going into the new year. But honestly, my biggest issue with The Matrix Resurrections was the same issue that I have with the previous two films. The story left a little bit more to be desired, especially where they start to go back into the Matrix itself. That second act is cool enough, I suppose. The effects, like I said, are certainly very cool, but it to me just sort of felt derivative of the past films, as odd as that is to say. And then it gets into the third act, and this is where I really had an issue with Resurrections, and the script mainly. there is a certain reveal that is riddled with every single cliche that I hate in movies nowadays. It's the reason why movies like Wreck-It Ralph and their surprise villain reveal kind of soured on me. And the villain reveal in here, I was, again, I'm not gonna spoil it, but I was not the biggest fan of it. This definitely sounds familiar, like the Reloaded and Revolutions effect, where it sort of starts off as a neat idea, and then it just goes downhill right to the end credits. That's how Resurrections feels to me. Which is strange, because you would assume that the third act would be this big action crescendo, and there certainly are some action sequences there. They're fine, but they don't exactly hold a candle to the earlier action set pieces, you know what I mean? And it was just okay to me. Now, I don't know this for sure, but I believe Keanu was doing all of his own stunts on set for this, just like the John Wick movies. And if that turned out to be the case, bravo to him and everybody involved. These look really, really neat. But again, for God's sake, the villain reveal in this movie is just so damn cliche. It really does feel like an early 2010s Disney film. And, okay, so you'll see what I mean once you see it, but as bold of a choice as it was, I really wasn't a fan of it, honestly. Nevertheless, I did enjoy myself with Resurrections. This is not a bad movie by any stretch. But man, you know, I feel like if the script expanded a little bit more on the existential crisis that Neo is experiencing, The Matrix Resurrections could have been just as good, if not better, than the original classic from 1999. But as it is, I'm gonna give The Matrix Resurrections a B. Pretty good. Definitely better than both Reloaded and Revolutions in my book. Certainly felt weird to go back into this world after so much time away from it. But let me know what you thought of Resurrections down in the comments section below. Is this your favorite Matrix film in your eyes? And also, let me know what your favorite Keanu Reeves movie out there is. Because I love discussing all new things cinema and entertainment with you guys. If these sound like appealing topics for you guys, then I would recommend smashing that subscribe button down below as hard as you possibly can. This channel is on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I'm hoping that we can reach that number very soon over here. Not only is it beneficial to myself, it's beneficial to you guys because you'll be the first ones in the know whenever there's a new upload here. Not to mention, it's also completely free. And don't forget, guys, smash that thumbs up button on your way out. That would be some tremendous help. And as always, stay tuned for more exciting content hitting this channel very soon. I'm gonna be talking about a bunch of brand new holiday releases like American Underdog and The Tragedy of Macbeth. And stay tuned for my favorite and least favorite movies of the year countdown videos. Those are gonna be very fun. But y'all are the best. Again, I cannot thank you guys enough for your support. It really does mean the world. With all that being said, back talk, commence.